Like a certain group of Galaxy Guardians we know, these picks are the perfect bunch to get you through your weekend. Along with the Guardians turning in another volume, we're bringing you a series that got Joe Pesci out of acting retirement, another wild dystopian sci-fi show to keep your mind spinning, a miniseries from the world of Bridgerton, and the return of one of Star Wars' most unique properties. Rotten Tomatoes doesn't mean to be pushy, but come on, let's get going already. It's what to watch.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Incinerate them.
Firing up that Zune playlist one last time in theaters is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. After a slew of positive reviews coming out of its premiere last week, Volume 3's opening tomato meter score is singing to the tune of Certified Fresh at 80% at nearly 190 reviews, with many critics calling it a worthy and emotional send-off. We'll have to wait just a little longer, but it's looking good to be Certified Fresh, which would add yet another Certified Fresh trilogy to the MCU record. And probably the biggest reason to catch this one is that according to writer-director James Gunn, it will conclude the story of this iteration of the Guardians. Zoe Saldana and Dave Bautista have stated this will be their last times playing Gamora and Drax, respectively. Volume 3 not only finds the gang on a mission to protect Rocket, but will also feature flashbacks to tell his backstory, a story that has been reported not to hold back on its maturity and emotion. I think we've hinted enough that you should be prepared to get wrecked. And finally, we can confirm there are 2 post-credit scenes at the end, so be sure to stick around.
Wanted to spend a little time with my grandson. It's what it's all about.
You're not supposed to smoke here.
What are you, a forest ranger?
Premiering on Peacock this week is the comedy series Bupkis. Now, there's a whole bunch of reasons to spend some time with this one, starting with the fact that it stars and was co-created by Pete Davidson, and it's a fictionalized version of his real life, drawing comparisons to Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm. Not a bad comparison, I must say. But we're just getting started because along with the amazing Edie Falco playing his mother, Davidson was able to pull the Joe Pesci out of acting retirement. This marks his first role since 2019 and his first TV role since 1985. Yes, Gen Z, the 80s were real. And much like the aforementioned Curb, Bupkis will also be coming in hot with a ton of guest appearances from people like Charlie Day, Sebastian Stan, Method Man, and Al Gore, just to name a few. In other words, just go on and watch it already.
What if what we see is not what's out there?
Down in mechanical, there's always someone who has a theory about the silo. And I need to find out the truth.
Another new series coming at you this week is the Apple TV Plus drama Silo. First off, this one features a talented cast that includes Rashida Jones, David Oyelowo, and Rebecca Ferguson. Not a weak link in that group, am I right? And while a cool title like Silo could mean anything, this one is quite literal as the show takes place in a toxic dystopian future where a community exists deep underground in a giant silo. Plus, it's based on the Silo series of novels by Hugh Howey, so you know there's some depth there. Get it? Depth? Deep underground. Okay. Anyway, it looks like early reviews have critics feeling pretty good about this one, like Empire Magazine's John Nugent, who said, "There's a thrilling riddle to unfurl here, rich with real-world implications and analogies." Ooh, tell us more, John.
Where is the king?
The king cannot see you now.
Charlotte, I require privacy.
She is his wife. She should know.
There is nothing to know.
Taking the throne as the next spot on this list is a Netflix limited series, Queen Charlotte: A Bridgerton Story. This is a prequel spin-off of the popular series Bridgerton, which has 2 certified fresh seasons, by the way. This one focuses on the rise of young Queen Charlotte, with Golda Roshua reprising the role from Bridgerton, along with a handful of other recognizable and fresh faces to round out the cast. Queen Charlotte was created and written by Shonda Rhimes, who certainly knows a thing or two about creating successful series. In Shonda we trust. Of course, you could listen to the critics too, who have this one coming in at certified fresh in the very high 90s on the tomato meter. And fear not, Bridgerton fans, because the critics' consensus calls it a spin-off that arguably perfects the primary series formula. And yes, Julie Andrews is the narrator for this one too.
Don't be afraid. May the force be with you.
It's showtime.
Finally, seeing its way back onto our screens is the second season of Star Wars Visions. Before we look ahead, let's look back at the very certified fresh first season of the show, which consisted of 9 short films produced by various Japanese animation studios. Gotta love it. Creators were allowed to re-envision the ideas of Star Wars as they saw fit, while also getting some guidance from Lucasfilm's executive team along the way. Such a cool way to approach things. And to take it up a notch, or should I say to take it global, Season 2 will feature animation shorts from studios all around the world, this time including Spain, South Korea, Ireland, South Africa, and even the good old US of A. Whatever, it's Star Wars, I'm in. Alright, that's our list this week. If you don't want to watch Joe Pesci's new show, we don't want to be there when you tell him. And be sure to let us and your fellow viewers know in the comments what you did watch, whether it was on this list or not. Remember to visit RottenTomatoes.com for the latest updates on scores and reviews for everything mentioned, as well as the movie and TV world at large. And don't forget to stop by the new RT25 page where we're celebrating 25 years of Rotten Tomatoes. It's a party over there. That's all for today, Fresh Family. Until next week, stay fresh.